And start this video, do not forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, let me know down below in the comments if you want to see a tutorial on this makeup look. I actually use just drugstore makeup, from foundations, powder, eyeshadow. Everything is super affordable. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this video because I am very excited to share these products with you guys. These products I've been using for about now more than 4 years. So some of these makeup products actually started when I first dived into the makeup industry when I was in high school. Probably whenever I started wearing more like foundation and like powder was probably my freshman year. So if you're interested in like trying makeup but you have a budget and you want to try affordable makeup, you're watching the right video because I'll be sharing you guys some tips, and also we'll be sharing with you guys some affordable makeup products and how to make it work. So this will actually be my favorite full coverage foundation. This is a Super Stay full coverage foundation from Maybelline in the shade 128. I feel like Maybelline has amazing foundations. I'm obsessed with this one, and actually their Fit Me one. If you're looking for a more full coverage foundation, the Super Stay coverage foundation is really good. You get a full coverage makeup look if you're going to prom, if you're doing a full glam look on your clients, or any source of like full glam you're looking for. This one is the way to go. I just feel like it covers everything with one pump. If you want that extra gleam coverage, girl, go for like 2-3 pumps. It doesn't dry too fast, so that's one of the things I love about this foundation, and it glides perfectly into your skin. Actually my top foundation, but other than the full coverage, if I'm not looking for full coverage, this is my favorite foundation, and it's super affordable. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they put their prices up. This foundation was like $4 at the drugstore. I would get it at my local Walmart. This is the Matte and Poreless Normal to Oily foundation in the shade 128. This foundation brings memories. I used to always use the foundation to school every single morning, especially if I was not going for a full coverage and I wanted something more lighter. I would literally just take a little bit of this foundation, do it lightly, cover my face pretty nicely. It would look perfect, not too exaggerated if I didn't want to do full coverage at school. But you can build up this foundation and make it full coverage, a full glam too. I just feel like this foundation is really good. If you have not tried it, you need to try it. Pero si tienes dry skin, I would recommend you to use the dewy one, which I did use it while winter because I told you guys I am very dry during the winter for some reason, but since now we're going to summer, I'll be more oily. But I recommend you guys to use this foundation. $4 at the drugstore. No excuses, girl. Trust me, it's going to work for you. If not, I'm so sorry, girl. Go return and get your coin back. I used to always get compliments whenever I wore this foundation. My face would look like I'd be wearing some $40 foundation. This foundation is literally $11 or $12 if I'm not mistaken. This is the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. This is in the shade 02 Natural. Oh my god. This foundation glides in beautiful. It has a satin finish, so you will have to put some powder if you're oily. Put some extra powder on because you will get oily throughout the day. That's the only issue I would have with this foundation, is that I will get more oily than usual. So this foundation will probably work perfectly for you if you have dry skin. But I love this foundation. This foundation is very beautiful, glides in beautiful. I never had a problem with it being too cakey. I never had a problem with this foundation being too cakey on my face. Just make sure you use a little bit is more, little by little, just build it up. But it is a thick formula, which is why it's a full coverage foundation. So this is one of my top favorite drugstore foundations that you need to try. And if you have not tried it, girl, I'm surprised because I always rave about this foundation. So this is another affordable foundation. I used to be so obsessed with this foundation in my high school year. I would rave about it. I have not recently used it again or repurchased it to try it. This is actually an old bottle, so I don't know, you're probably like, girl, throw that away. I will throw that away after. Let me show you guys. This is how you know it's so old. But this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This foundation is amazing, affordable, $4 at my local Walmart. Depending where you get it, depends the price. But this foundation is really good. The only thing that I didn't really like about it is like the little spatula. I like pumps better. It does the same thing with the Fit Me. I don't like how it is like a bottle. It doesn't even have a pump. But I guess that's the reason of the pricing, the packaging. But it's a really good foundation. I love the formula. I will be looking for some pictures to set it in the screen. Hopefully I find any that I actually use the foundations and you can see how amazing it looks on your skin. Today I actually wore the Super Stay one. I'm not sure if I mentioned it already, but the Wet n Wild foundation is a really good one, and I have a video where I actually use this foundation and y'all will see how beautiful my skin looks. And this is more to like combination skin, oily, and if you have dry skin, I recommend you to use a Milani one, but this one is more like combination skin. Next, we'll be talking about the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I used to love using this foundation a lot before I found out about the Superstay one. This foundation would help me because I would suffer a lot with oily skin, but like I told you, my skin transitioned to more combination. And I feel like whenever you drink a lot of water, it helps you a lot because think about it. If you don't moisturize your skin, if you don't drink a lot of water, you don't keep your skin hydrated, you're gonna produce more oil than usual. So actually, those are some tips that help me slowly transition to combination. But of course, it might not work for everyone. But this is the L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation. I have not used this recently because it's too dry for my skin now. But if you suffer with oily skin, this is the way to go. But if you have dry skin, I recommend you to use the dewy one. This is a 24-hour foundation, which I feel like it does not last for 24 hours, but it lasts for a good long time, probably like 12 hours, your whole makeup. I would always use this to the bailes or whenever I probably used it for my prom, but I do not remember, to be honest. But it's a really good full coverage foundation. Of course, if you have oily skin, if you have dry skin, girls, stay away from it. But if you have oily skin, go for it. For my girls who don't want a full coverage foundation, they want something light, I used to always use this foundation whenever I was too lazy to do a full coverage look, but I want something on my skin because I had like redness or acne. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. This is a really amazing moisturizer because it moisturizes your skin and it has a tint on it. Whenever you don't want to wear makeup, this actually adds and covers all the redness on your skin, or if you have some blemishes, this covers it up for you, but it does not give you a full coverage. It gives you more of something more natural. So para todas mis girls que quieren algo natural, yo les recomiendo que traten este foundation, which is a moisturizer, not a foundation, but I really love this one. I 10 out of 10 recommend you guys to try it. So when it comes to setting your face, these are my top 3 powders from the drugstore. Of course, I feel like everyone have used this before. If you are trying to avoid flashback, I've never really suffered a lot with flashback because I used 2 powders when I used this one. So this is the original formula Airspun loose face powder, which I feel like everyone have used this before. And I get the natural neutral one. Of course, do not just use it by itself because you may get flashback. I sometimes mix it with a different powder, which I'll be talking about right now. But this is a really good powder. I love using it whenever I'm baking because it cleans up my contour and bronzer and it just gives me a beautiful contour look. So I recommend you guys to try this powder. I feel like everyone used to always use this, probably high school, whenever it went like viral. So whenever I mentioned that I used it, mixed it with another powder, whenever I set my face, I actually found out about this powder because of one of my close friends in high school. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Light Medium Powder in the shade 20. This loose powder, if I'm not mistaken, I think they do have a translucent one, but I like purchasing some that have like a tinted color to it because whenever I use something like this, I feel like it leaves a white casket, but whenever I mix it with the color of my foundation, it gives me more of a full coverage look instead of a white casket. So this one is really good. I love this powder. They have different shades. I have the 15 and 20. 20 is more whenever I get a tan. The 15 is when 15 fits me more perfectly to my actual shade, but whenever I have a tan, I use a 20. So recently I actually found out about this powder and I am obsessed with it. Recently I've been actually setting my under eye with it and most of my whole face. This is the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Banana. I love when powders have a little bit of tinted. I don't know, I'm kind of a little traumatized when it's like literally translucent. I feel like it leaves a white casket, but I might be the one who be heavy-handed with it. But I do love a full coverage look, or even when I do something light and I add some powder, like it makes it look like I have full coverage foundation, but I don't. But this banana powder is really good when setting your under eye or even your T-zone. I just love this powder. I actually use it today and look how my foundation looks, really nice. So I use this and the Superstay together and look at my skin. Looks pretty nice. These are like my ride and die from the drugstore that I recommend you. Like, I am not lying to you guys. I've been testing these for like 4 years and I never had a trouble with them. Of course, other than me either like transition to like combination or dry skin during the season. But other than that, I love these foundation and I am telling you guys by my word that I love them and they work for me. They might not work for everyone else. Everyone has different skin type, so be aware of that. If you have oily, combination might work for you. If you are in the drier side, I already told you guys, try looking for more dewy satin finishes other than matte. So hope you guys enjoy it. Please make sure to give us a like, subscribe. Do not forget to click the bell notification to get notified every single time I upload a new video. Mwah, las adoro, and I'll see you guys in my next video.